My name's Melissa. I'm 31. And if there's one thing I've learned the hard way, it's that sometimes the words you don't mean can destroy everything you thought was unbreakable. Ryan and I had been married for 4 years. On paper, we were perfect. He had a stable job, he was kind, thoughtful, always made me coffee in the morning, never forgot our anniversaries, always asked how my day was. But somewhere along the way, I got restless. I didn't realize it at first. I just knew I was starting to feel irritated by things that never used to bother me. The way he'd ask if I needed anything when I was clearly fine. The way he was always so predictable in bed. Gentle, loving, careful, like he was handling a piece of glass. And at first, that made me feel cherished. But later, it made me feel bored. It didn't help that my friends, especially my best friend Jenna Wood, joke about their wild hookups, rough nights, bruises like battle scars. I'd smile and pretend to relate. But deep down I was thinking, why doesn't Ryan ever take control like that? And the stupid part? I never told him. Never said what I wanted. I just let it build inside me until it boiled over. It happened on a Thursday night. We were in bed. Things were fine. Just like always. That was the problem. And when it was over, I just blurted it out. Why don't you ever act like a real man in bed? I didn't even look at him when I said it. I was staring at the ceiling, already regretting it, but too proud to take it back. He didn't respond right away. I finally turned my head to look at him. He was lying there, frozen, like I'd slapped him. I tried to soften it. I'm just saying, sometimes I want you to be a little more assertive. You're always so careful, it's like you're afraid of me. Still nothing. Then he sat up, swung his legs over the side of the bed, and in the quietest voice I've ever heard him use, he said, "So I'm not man enough for you?" My heart sank. That wasn't what I meant. At least, not exactly. But instead of apologizing, I panicked. I scoffed. "Don't be so dramatic, Ryan. It's just feedback." He stood up, walked to the closet. I thought maybe he just needed a minute. Maybe he was grabbing a hoodie to cool off. But he pulled out a suitcase. I sat up. "Wait, what are you doing?" He didn't answer. He just started packing. "Ryan, come on. It wasn't that serious. Can you stop overreacting?" He finally looked at me. His eyes weren't angry. They were empty. "This isn't about one night, Melissa. It's about all the times I've tried, all the ways I've never been enough for you. And tonight, you just said it out loud." I opened my mouth to say something. Anything but nothing came out. He zipped up the bag, walked to the door, stopped just long enough to say, "I'd rather be alone than feel this small in the arms of someone who doesn't want me." And then he left. I stared at the door for what felt like hours. Half of me expected him to come back. He'd cool off, we'd talk it through. That was our pattern. I'd explode, he'd absorb it. We'd move on. But not this time. 3 days went by. Silence. No texts. No calls. I messaged him once, just a simple, "Can we talk?" He replied, "You said what you meant?" I finally heard it. That's when it hit me. He wasn't coming back. I kept replaying it in my head. That moment. The way I said it. The way he froze. It wasn't just about sex. It was about everything. The way I never made space for him to lead. The way I criticized instead of communicated. The way I chipped away at his confidence with every sarcastic remark, every eye roll, every time I told a friend, "Ryan's sweet, but he's not exactly a tiger in bed." I thought I was being funny, clever, honest. But all I was doing was breaking the man I claimed to love. A week later, I found out he was staying at his brother's place. I went there, unannounced, desperate. I knocked. He opened the door, looked surprised, tired, older. I asked him if we could talk. He stepped outside, closed the door behind him. We sat on the front steps in silence for a minute. Then I said the thing I should have said that night. "I'm sorry, not just for what I said, but for all the ways I've made you feel small. I thought being strong meant being in control, but you were always the strong one. I just never saw it." He nodded slowly, but his eyes didn't soften. "Do you mean that because you want me back? Or because you finally realized what you lost?" That question shattered me. Because the truth is, I didn't realize it until it was too late. I didn't know how good I had itho rare a man like him I until I'd broken him beyond repair. We talked for a little while. Civil, sad, honest. He told me he still loved me, but he didn't trust me with his heart anymore. Not yet. Maybe not ever. And I had to accept that. Now, it's been 2 months. We talk sometimes. Cordially. Carefully. But it's not the same. He's different now. More sure of himself. Like walking away gave him something I never could. I still sleep on my side of the bed, hoping one day he'll walk back in and say he's ready to try again. But deep down, I know. Some wounds don't heal just because you finally say the right thing. Some cracks don't close just because you're sorry. And sometimes, the one who seemed too soft is the only one who ever had the strength to leave.